fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're going to talk about 5 ways the airline industry is going to change for you as a traveler post-quarantine. And the first thing I want you all to realize is, look, there are going to be increased cleaning procedures on all planes. I'm sure if you've traveled within the last couple of years, you got an email from Delta, from American, from United, from British Airways, talking about their new cleaning procedures. I got one from American. We have a 30-point cleaning procedure that every plane has to go through. You will see more cleaning being done at the airport, in the planes, at the gate area, throughout everywhere you're going to go. They're going to be focused on cleaning the armrests. They're going to be cleaning the belt buckles. They're going to be cleaning the tray tables. All these kind of things. You're going to see a big increase in the level of cleanliness at the airport and on the planes, which is awesome. I wish they were doing this before, but this is something you really need to realize. The airlines are taking this seriously, and they are doing that. And I know a lot of people get worried about, what about the air up there? Well, they have filters that really clean out the air. So probably the circulating air on the plane is probably cleaner than the air in some people's houses. Okay, so you're going to be okay there. Now, someone sneezes, that's a little bit different, but in terms of the general air, you're going to be okay. Now, having said all this, that doesn't mean that you as a tourist should sit back and relax and not worry about it. That also means that maybe you should bring some of your hand sanitizer, right? And so you can keep your hands clean that way, but also bring your own wipes and wipe down the screen of your thing, because that thing gets really, really nasty, okay, for you if you want to watch the movies and stuff like that. And wipe down your own tray table and things like that. So increased cleaning procedures is the biggest thing you're going to see, okay? Now, the second thing that's going to change is the boarding procedure and kind of life at the gate before you get on the plane. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is some airlines are probably going to start doing what's called the back to front model of plane loading. You know, right now it's like, oh, diamond and first class, please. And yes, other fantastic people that pay a lot of money for flights, yes, you come on. And then, oh, stowage, you go on last, you know. It's probably not going to be that way, okay? What you're going to see is they're going to have, okay, rows 36 through 40, you're on. And then row 30 to 35, you get on. And so you're going to start seeing that, okay? Whereas it's more filling from the back. They're doing that so you have less people walking by and less kind of human contact going on in the plane to eliminate possible cross-infections and things like that. Also, with social distancing, and you'll see that at check-in, you're going to see social distancing, you know, the 6 feet and stuff like that. But also in terms of at the gate, you're going to see more social distancing. Probably things marked on the lines in front of the gate agent where you can stand before you come talk to them. You're probably going to have a mask to talk to the gate agent themselves, but I'll talk about the mask later. You're going to have that. Also, all of you gate flies that like to buzz around. Oh wait, no, I know I'm in the third people to board, but I'm gonna be standing right here at the very front. Oh man. Look, y'all gate flies gotta buzz off because you can't have that many people up close, and so therefore the social distancing will change that. And by having it set up where it is, the back to the middle to the front are boarding, it's going to be a little bit more, hopefully a little bit less, I should say, buzzy with all those gate flies, okay? Now, when you're on the flight, our third thing that's going to change is don't expect the extras on your flight. You know, you get on there and you get all your snacks and your drinks and your good food and stuff like this. Oh, and the in-flight magazine so I can look at new places I want to go when I fly with Delta next time. Guess what? Those kind of things are going to be either eliminated or cut back quite a bit. So instead of having all the drinks, you might just get bottled water and a boxed lunch or a boxed snack instead of like the meal service, again, to cut down on possible contamination, okay? And those of you that are on planes and get cold and you always ask for your blankets, pillows, they'll probably be eliminated too. So if you need a pillow, you might want to get one of those blow-up pillows for yourself so you have that when you fly, and bring extra layers of clothes when you do fly, because it's not like they're going to change the coldness of the plane, but you won't be able to get that blanket if you need it. So make sure you're packing accordingly and dressing accordingly, okay? Also, that means they might not be giving out headphones anymore either. So you're going to need to bring your own headphones, your own wipes, this kind of stuff, your own masks. And you notice I keep saying it could happen, because the thing is, All of these changes are going to depend on the airline you're flying with. Also, it could be influenced by the country you're going to be in, the city you're going to be in, the state. All these kind of things can really have a big influence on what changes happen. And the thing is, a lot of these changes, once things get back to normal, if there's herd immunity or there's a vaccine and stuff like that, yes, my Delta magazine will be back. Awesome. And my snacks and my Jack and Ginger with those little, the Biscoff cookies, oh, so good, they'll be back. But I want you to realize is a lot of these extras will get kind of cut away, and that leads into my fourth thing that's going to change. We're going to have to say goodbye to a few things. Some things I'm not upset about. Goodbye, middle seat. Yes, the middle seat might be going away for a while because airlines are cutting capacity to enforce social distancing, so they're getting rid of that middle seat, which for a lot of us is like, great, no one there to fight over with for that thing. But the thing is, if you're a family, that might mean that you're not sitting right next to your kids and stuff like that, or you're going with your sweetie. Like if Joss and I got to go on a trip together again, we'd be so far apart, we'd have to hold hands across the thing. Be ready for things like that. You might see where they put like a little like booster seat or something in there to like close off the seat or something like that, that middle seat. So you will have that. But since they're going to be eliminating those middle seats for a while, that also means there's going to be less seats available. Remember, less seats, higher prices. Eventually the prices will go up. Yes, we'll have deals at first to inspire people to get back to traveling. But after a while, the economic reality is I can't fly a plane economically at 60% capacity. I got to raise the prices, okay? So you have to think about that. And that also means your upgrades. How many of you get free upgrades? I love Delta. They give me free upgrades all the time. It's amazing. But I have to realize that now with all those seats getting eliminated in economy and first and business and whatever, Comfort Plus, that means there's going to be a lot less free upgrades because they need to track where is everybody sitting, how do they fit in each one of these rows. So do expect that. Also, do expect that your miles, say goodbye to those really cheap mile flights because now you're probably going to spend more miles to get those free flights. So that's going to be another thing to say goodbye to. So I'm kind of sad about that. Other things I'm really sad about, some of the routes or routes, if you prefer, in some of the airlines that are out there, we're going to have to say goodbye to. Because the economic reality of this crash that's happened in the airline industry, in the travel industry, means that some of those secondary routes are going to disappear. So you're going to have a lot more of that hub spoke kind of thing. You're going to have to go through Atlanta. You're going to have to go through Chicago or JFK instead of your direct, like middle-sized city to Paris flight. Those might be eliminated. Okay, so we might be having to say goodbye to them. And possibly some airlines as well, because this has been a really bad time for the airlines. We're talking down 95% in terms of passenger volume. I mean, it's hard to overcome those kind of losses, and we don't know when it will be fully back, because some people say, oh, airline industry will be great in a couple years, and some people say 5 or 6 years. That is a lot of economic pressure, so you might see that. But I think for a typical traveler, probably the one thing that we might have to say goodbye to for a while that's going to be the most upsetting is they may need to eliminate carry-on bags. I know I'm a carry-on bag person. Just take my bag and be done with it, gone. Don't have to worry about baggage claim. To eliminate people moving and stuff like that, you might see airlines getting rid of carry-on baggage for a while, which means you're going to have to check your bags, which means it's going to take longer because then when you get on there, you have the social distancing at the airport from getting your baggage claim. So just be ready for that, because really, don't say goodbye to your patience, because you're really going to need a lot more patience when you're flying in the foreseeable future, okay? And then my fifth thing that's going to change when you were looking at travel and flying in the future is masks, and more masks. Yes, you will see me traveling around the country and the world with my beautiful mask on, always with a smile, and we're all going to be wearing the mask. Not just the flight attendants and the people working at the desk, but also some airlines will say, look, if you want to talk to one of our agents, you have to have a mask on. If you want to go on our flights, you will have to have a mask on. So do be prepared. Find comfortable masks for you and your family when you're flying, because think about it, you got a long flight and you got to wear this thing the whole time. It's going to be tough, so be ready for it. Find masks that work right for you, that are comfortable for you. I know for us, we have these comfy masks, and we actually put the filter inside it to help with a little bit more filtering. That's why it's a filter. But it's one thing you really have to think about. So I hope these 5 things, I know there's a lot more that kind of put into 5 overall changes that you're going to see on airlines. Doesn't scare you off from flying, because honestly, the airline industry is going to need us to come back and travel again, and we're going to want to travel again. And those airline personnel who've kept flying through all this, thank you to all of them, for the pilots, the flight attendants, the gate agents, the check-in agents, everybody out there, the phone people that have been helpful with all the canceled flights and rearranged flights and stuff like that. We say thank you, and we wish everybody safe travels when you get traveling again. And we know there's a lot of questions about travel after the quarantine, and we've got videos on when we can travel again. What are airports going to be like? What are accommodation at hotels going to be like? We have all these videos coming out, so do check those out so you have an idea of what to expect when you travel after the quarantine. And I hope to see you around the world. If you do see us, say hi, elbow bump, air hug, whatever. Just know I'll be glad to see y'all traveling. Bye.